week ko because of many coverage and not from morning to night.
Sure ba? Pero alam mo, napag-usapan din namin ni Semena, sobrang thankful ko sa work. Kasi we were talking about sleep. It's hard to sleep pag hindi ka pagod. So, mas okay na rin na may ginagawa ka throughout the week. Diba? Mas okay yung pahinga mo pag busy ka talaga eh. And mas fulfilling yung pakiramdam. Ikaw ba, Gia?
Nakatulog naman din. Tsaka nakakain din ng breakfast.
That's good. Sana all.
Ang ano lang talaga, kasi nga umuulan, parang hirap din mag-commute. Kaya buti na lang sama-sama tayo ngayon.
Ang hirap na mag-book ng Grab kanina.
Ikaw, nakakain ka ba?
Actually, yes, nakakain ako dahil hinihintay ko talagang humina yung ulan before I go outside the house. Pero unfortunately, medyo hindi. Talagang yung mga dinaanan, medyo delikado na. Parang,
Medyo baka na
oo, you know. Kaya, ayun, yun yung naging challenge ko for the morning. Pero, nakakain naman ako ng maayos. So.
Importante, we all push through. We're all on. Diba, nandito tayong lahat.
Naman tayo lahat.
We all made it here.
So ayun, before we dive into our kwentuhan and chikahan, let's first discuss today's headlines. Kat, will you please do the honors of reading what's in the news today?
So, for our first headline, ICC ruling coming on OSG appeal. So, this is something that has bled on from the Duterte administration hanggang ngayon sa Marcos administration. So, we might be wondering ano na nga bang ganap dito sa issue na to. So, sa Tuesday, July 18, the ICC or the International Criminal Court will release its ruling on whether to continue or halt the investigation of drug war-related killings in the Philippines. So, ang gist ng article ay the Office of the Solicitor General appealed that our justice system is enough to investigate on the matters and that the ICC has no jurisdiction over the Philippines. However, the Philippines has only been absolved sa Rome Statute in 2019. So, the ICC argued na yung drug war-related killings from 2011 to 2019 is still valid for their investigation.
Also, COA flags Baguio for fund misuse. The Baguio City Administration, led by Mayor Benjamin Magalong, has come under fire from the Commission on Audit for misusing funds meant for a national project. According to the audit, the city government diverted 50 million pesos in funds from the Department of Public Works and Highways from the construction of the multi-purpose building at the Athletic Bowl Oval at Burnham Park in Baguio City to pay for the progress building of the Youth Conversion Center and Sports Complex project.
So, for our third headline naman is ERC ready for battle. So, ERC Chairperson Lawyer Mona Lisa Di Malanta clarified that the Court of Appeals decision is not yet final since under the Electric Power Industry Reform Act, only the Supreme Court can perform a permanent injunction on rate hikes. Kaso on Wednesday, the Court of Appeals granted the motion for certiorari filed by San Miguel Energy Corp that they voided the decision of the ERC which denies the electricity rate hike petition. So with this, Di Malanta called Court of Appeals ruling unfortunate and disconcerting. So talagang hihintayin na lang natin yung result and hopefully is yung film fever naman siya sa mga tao.
Yes, okay, so that's it for our headlines. Now let's move on to what this episode is really all about. This topic might come off sensitive because it really is, especially in the country. So, itong topic na to, I personally want us to talk about the lack of knowledge. I want to say of most Filipinos about people with special needs. But before we dive right into the topic, let us first define who they are. So, according to research, a person with special needs means people who have physical, emotional, behavioral, or learning disability which limits minor to major life activities, including but not limited to physical activities like walking and bathing, social activities like interacting with people, impulse control, and behavior management. So there's also dyslexia, dyscalculia, and so much more.
And I think it's really a good platform to talk about the stigma surrounding these people kasi their rights are also just as important, equally important with us. So we need to know kung ano yung mga hindi pa nagagawa for them dahil yun nga, they have disabilities or special needs that we also need to help them to para makatulong sa kanilang mag-move forward into a quality life.
So, let's talk naman about facts. So, according to the 2010 Census of Population and Housing conducted by the Philippine Statistics Authority, approximately 1.44 million individuals, which accounted for 1.57% of the population, were identified to have a disability in 2010.
So let's dive muna into the numbers ng COVID-19 pandemic. So nag-conduct ng survey ang UNICEF in 2020 which gathered responses from over 39,000 individuals. So of which 6,000 represents children with disabilities. So lumalabas sa survey na these individuals face difficulties accessing essential services such as education services and learning resources, child development services, habilitation and rehabilitation services, and generally health services. So, among the respondents, 14% reported a decline in their mental health, with 12% mentioning their inability to access mental health and psychosocial support services. The main reason cited for the inability to access essential commodities and services were first, financial constraints, and second, the lack of transportation needs. And furthermore, the survey indicated an increase in the frequency of domestic violence and child abuse, affecting a higher percentage of males compared to females.
Okay, so now that we have laid off the statistics now, let us dig deeper to our personal observation and experiences. So, how do kayo personally, yung mga observations nyo, negative or positive, how do people or our community react to people with special needs, and how do or should we deal with it? Okay,
So, I'll start muna. Kasi I have a brother, he's older than me, he's 23. And yung experience ko, actually, over time, naging immune naman na ako sa mga nasty looks in public. But every time we'd go out, like to the mall, anywhere, wala talagang araw na lilipas na walang kahit isang mangmamaliit or may masasabi.
Like ano mo sinasabi?
Kasi, people with autism, they have this thing called stimming. It's when they feel super overwhelmed that they have to let it out through either sudden movements or verbally. As for my brother, yung kanya, when he's stimming, he claps suddenly, like continuously. So when he gets overwhelmed, kunwari nasa mall kami, and it gets kind of crowded already, there's so much going on, he feels overwhelmed, and suddenly, he'll stop walking. He has this urge to clap continuously. And a lot of people, alam mo, iba kasi yung look na nagulat ka lang na may pumalakpak. Pero iba din yung look na parang, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. And actually, may mga narinig na akong gano'n na bakit dinadala sa mall yung kapatid ko. And nung bata ako actually, syempre na-affect ako dun. Pero over time, naging immune na ako. Pero that's not how it's supposed to be. Why do we have to be immune to that? Diba? Dapat walang ganun.
Imagine how he feels, no?
Yeah, and meron, actually, hindi niya alam yung ganun. Like, hindi niya, ang kanya, kailangan niyang malabas yung emotions niya through stimming. And, so every time we go in public, may maririnig talaga akong ganun. And may one time, naalala ko talaga to na parang sinabihan yung mom ko or yung dad ko atan, parang control your child. Girl, if we could, we would have. I swear. We can't control that kasi. Like, if they feel overwhelmed, they really need to let it out through stimming. And that's something that Filipinos are not very educated on, apparently. And ang dismaya lalo is, sometimes galing ka sa grown men and women. Yung mga comments na gano'n, like grown men and women that you'd think would have even the slightest knowledge on people with special needs. Pero apparently hindi gano'n ang situation sa Philippines. And until now, na-experience namin yan when we go out in public with him.
It hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed. Ikaw, Simena, you also have a brother with autism,
Actually,
right?
same experience. Pero, specifically, sa amin is name calling. Like, kasi sa may area namin, open, lake court siya. Then, pag lumalabas yung kapatid ko doon, I've heard some people call him names like, Otnis, Ongi, ganun. Which is very hard for us na syempre, family ka, tas alam mong hindi siya aware dun. Tapos, parang, wala ka ang masasabi mo na lang sasawayin mo yung tao, pero, alam mo yun, nandun pa rin yun. Like, hindi pa rin siya mawawala. Tapos, yung kapatid ko rin, meron din siyang steaming.
Yeah.
Ang kanya naman is like, gumagawa siya ng sounds. Verbal steaming siya. Gumagawa siya ng sounds. Tapos, ayun din, kapag nasa labas kami, magugulat yung mga tao na bigla maririnig na gumagawa siya. Like, basta, hindi ko ma-imitate yung sound, pero yun yung ginagawa niya. No? Tapos yun, actually, itong kapatid ko na to, he motivated me na mag-aral ng occupational therapies. Ayun yung first ever, teacher pala yung first ever gusto kong mag-ano. Tapos second is yung occupational therapy. Kasi nga, parang na-inspire ako na since nga ang daming uneducated Filipinos about this, people with special needs, gusto kong maging part na mag-educate sa kanila, ganun. Ngayon, since nandito na ako sa path ko na to, in my own simple ways na, like, explaining them kung ano yung ina-acto ng kapatid ko, yun yung ginagawa ko. Ikaw naman, Mau, di ba? I also heard na meron ka rin kapatid na...
May baby brother ako. Well, he's not a baby now. 9 years old na siya.
I thought 7 pa lang
No,
siya.
9 years old na siya. Name is Jacob. He has Down syndrome. And actually, ever since when he was born, for my own family pa lang, nagkaroon na ng different kinds of reaction for my brother. Kasi hindi siya, di ba parang when you get a relative na Down syndrome, parang may toxic side sa family na, ano ko yung, may ganyan.
Yeah. Galing talaga sa own circle niya yung...
Genes ba yan? Pero, eventually, sa family ko, naging na-accept naman siya. Which is, I think, yun sana yung mangyari din when it comes to other people outside. Kasi, napapansin ko talaga whenever we go out and I'm with my brother, they only tolerate kung ano yung ginagawa ng baby brother ko for them. Kasi, pag napansin ko sa mga Down syndrome, they have the highs and lows. Very energetic sila.
Yeah, I know.
Tapos, another time, focus na lang sila sa isang bagay, kung ano yung
Yung attention span nila maikli talaga.
Attention span nila maikli. So, pag sa labas, very energetic yung brother ko, makimit yung people, and he really says hi to everyone he meets. You know that, diba? Tapos, pati yung guards, sabi niya, hi Kuya Guard, hi police, so gaganin niya. Pero, you really see sa people na maghahay na lang sila just for the sake of being respectful. Pero hindi you don't see na accepted siya, na hindi siya genuine. Para lang, kasi syempre nandun mom ko. Baala ka namang sila ng mom ko, nila yung brother ko sa harap ng mom ko. That's just mean. Kaya, every time na nagkakaroon ng ganyan na situation outside, honestly, personally, hindi pa ako nagkakaroon ng course of action whenever I do that. Kasi how do you even handle that, diba? Kasi you're only assuming na hindi nila ina-accept na tina-tolerate lang nila kung ano yung ginagawa sa kanila ng baby brother ko. So,
he's not even doing anything wrong to begin with. Diba? He's the sweetest boy in the world.
Sweetest boy sa inyo.
I love Mau's brother.
Yeah,
I
kasi
love Jacob.
kaaway ko siya.
Ako kakampi nun.
Yeah, so ayun, I think that's really something na should be improved sa atin.
We always have this urge talaga to protect them. Add ko lang din. Naalala ko lang before, when we were kids, we'd go to Sunday school every Sunday, and napansin ko, looking back, parang nineglect yung brother ko ng teachers mismo sa Sunday school. So parang I had this urge to protect him from the world, pero to protect him in church, why do I have to protect my brother in a safe place? And I think that just says a lot about how, Filipinos are really uneducated kasi Sunday school teacher na mismo. Like, hindi naman yung sinasadya, pero parang, syempre, they're not equipped and they're not trained to deal with people with special needs. So, yung brother ko is always neglected, he's always at the side. Like, hindi ba nang nag-initiate yung teacher na, Carlos, come join the others. Like, wala talagang ganun. So, parang, why did I feel the need to protect my brother in a safe place, in a place that's supposed to be safe, which is church, diba? And that just really says a lot.
Yeah. Syempre, itong mga experiences natin, hindi lang naman siya basta negative lang din. Meron din naman mga positive, though sobrang bihira, sobrang minimal lang. Meron ba kayong mga positive like experiences, ganon, about sa pakikitungo ng tao naman sa mga kapatid natin?
Ako, ang positive experience ko, honestly, more on positive experience with my brother kaysa sa people towards my brother. Kasi he really makes everyone happy.
He does.
Super comical niyang tao kasi mahilig siya sa TikTok. Bigla na lang siya magtutwerk sa That's true. Twerk siya sa gilid. Tapos sasayaw ng, "Ay, Barbie!" Sabi ko na. Sasayaw niya yun. So, super funny kapag siya kasama.
Entertaining talaga siya.
Entertaining. Siya yung parang clown ng bahay namin, nagpapasaya. Pero kapag when it comes to other people naman na experience ko, I think ang positive thing is hindi naman nila dinidisrespect yung baby brother ko kahit pa paano, and that's a good thing, as I think that's bare minimum na for them kasi everyone deserves respect, so kailangan regardless of kung ano yung capabilities mo sa life mo, you should really respect everyone and equally. Kayo ba?
Ayun din, ganun yung akin, comical din yung kapatid ko. Pero, more on, lahat naman napapasaya, kahit yung mga tao sa labas, like, kilalang-kilala na siya na may certain siyang pinapanood na palabas. Tapos, tinatawag yung mga casts nun, napapaano siya, parang natatawa siya, tapos natutuwa naman sa kanya. Tapos yun, pag nagpapahanap siya ng kanta sa akin, nagpapahanap siya ng kanta sa akin, ano lang, yung mga parang, gumagano lang siya. Pero, nag-hum lang siya. Minsan hindi ko pa maintindihan, pero ayun. Ayun yung mga positive experience.
Same din. More on personal yung experience ko na positive sa kanya. My brother kasi is kind of an introvert, which is why I don't have a photo of him. Pero ito siya. Hindi ko alam if makikita sa screen. But that's him. That's my brother. He's 23. And yung positive na ano ko sa kanya, personal din, na parang every time I see him, pagkain lang, sobrang saya na niya. Sobrang saya na niya. So, every time I go home from school, na sobrang parang nagre-reklamo ko sa lahat, and then I see him na parang, ay, pagkain lang, masaya na siya. It reminds me na parang, I too should be happy. Like, sa mga simpleng bagay. Like, he impacts me that way na parang, be grateful for everything talaga. Kasi kung ako nga, I'm a normal person, like, I can do things na hindi niya magagawa. Tapos ang dami ko pang reklamo. Pero siya, sobrang saya niya. Like, manonood lang siya ng cartoons, masaya na siya. So, when I see him like that, it reminds me to parang appreciate the small things in life talaga.
Ayun naman yung nakakatuwa din sa kanila talaga, yung ma-appreciate ng mga maliliit na bagay.
Totoo.
Okay, so before we hop right into the next part of our conversation, we will be back after a short break.
𝗪𝗪𝗯𝗲 is a news-oriented program that tackles topical issues and headlines with the support of DZRJ field reporters. Hosted by the legendary 𝗩𝗵𝗲𝗯𝗲, Monday to Friday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Radio Bandito TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, DZRJ 810 AM, Facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM, and on YouTube channel DZRJ 810 AM, Radio Bandito. 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗀 with host Sunny Ilustre digs into current events and human interests. All viewers and listeners are invited to take part in the discussion. All opinions are welcome and respected. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 is open to assist those experiencing injustice. The motto of the show is, if God is with us, who is against us? Seen every Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air channel 29, facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. or on YouTube, channel DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Radio Bandido. Join Arnel Doria as he explores the world of travel, transportation, road safety, and the environment. Tune in to Good Trip every Saturday at 1 to 2 p.m. on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. and YouTube channel DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Radio Bandido.
Serbisyo publiko ba ang hanap mo? Programang tutulong at aalalay sa iyo. Tuwing linggo, Carmen Ignacio, Mark Anthony Ignacio, Miss Teresita Amansek, Malasaki Kapwa. 2 oras ng aksyon, ng tulong, ng puso. Malasaki Kapwa. 1:00 hanggang 3:00 ng hapon. Malasaki Kapwa. Mapapanood at mapakikinggan sa DZRJ 8:10 a.m. sa Radyo Bandido TV, TV Plus boxes, Sky Cable Channel 224, Digital Free-to-Air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. at sa YouTube channel
DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Radio Bandido.
Malasakit Kapwa. Aksyon, tulong, puso, Malasakit Kapwa.
And now we're back. This is Mau.
Si Mena,
Gia,
Sophia,
And I'm Kat.
So, before we go on, ano ba ulit ang mga kaganapan?
eto na nga na, nabalitaan niyo ba yung first sit-down interview ni Zayn after 6 years? Oo,
it's all over TikTok, guys.
Oo, all over TikTok. Tapos parang, since first time ko siya parinig, nagulat ako dun sa accent.
Oo, ako din. Parang hindi ganun yung naalala ko.
Sorry, hindi ko binamak, pero nagulat lang talaga.
Yeah.
So doon, he talked about his departure from One Directions, na meron daw kasi mga misunderstandings na nung time na bago siya umalis. Tapos, meron yung problem sa management, which is very obvious during that time. And then, meron din siyang yung pagiging niya sa limelight for years. Nagkaroon siya ng anxiety, nabanggit niya rin yun. And, nakwento niya rin yung fatherhood, and then his post-bad life, like, lumipat siya from New York to Pennsylvania ata. And then, yung upcoming single niya rin, magkakaroon siya on July 21st. So, dun sa interview na yon, he said na he's stepping back to the limelight because gusto niyang, alam mo yun, parang yung anak niya, binibigyan daw siya ng confidence to do so. Yeah. Which is, we're very happy na, kasi ang tagal nga niyang nag-hiatus. Yeah. So, ayun. So, hopefully, magpatuloy and, someday makapunta siya dito sa Pilipinas. Ganun, di ba?
Hopefully.
Ayun.
Naging One Direction fan ba kayo?
Yeah. For a while, ako.
Ako din.
Who was not?
Oo nga, actually.
Parang dati kasi it's either 1D or 5 sauce. I feel like I was leaning towards the 5 sauce. And the vamps, yeah.
Ako 1D talaga. Pero,
I had my Harry Styles face when I was younger.
Ayun ang face ko bago Ayun ang face ko bago ako mag-K-pop.
Koreano ka ngayon.
Yeah, that's good na, diba? Parang he's stepping out of his comfort zone for sa support ng daughter niya. Tama,
He
diba?
also mentioned he was doing that so that his daughter can someday see it na my dad is so brave.
Parang nagsiset siya ng example.
Yun.
And I think that's a very, it's a good thing for na ginagawa ng parent.
So going back, we were talking about experiences with persons with special needs. So what if let's play a game na informative para makahelp tayo sa increased awareness about people with special needs.
Yeah, I would love that.
So our game today ay myth or fact.
Okay.
So familiar ba kayo doon?
Yes.
Basically, parang siyang true or false na. Pero parang fact or myth natin.
Ide-debunk natin lahat ng myths. Hindi po kami expert, pero meron kami mga experiences. So, yun.
So the rules naman, the rules are very simple. So we'll say a statement, then we'll discuss among ourselves if it's a fact or a myth. Yun lang. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so question number 1. People with disabilities cannot lead a productive life. Answer?
It's myth for me.
It's a myth. So, kahit na may disability ang isang tao, they can still lead a productive life. And people in the spectrum naman, they all vary naman. Hindi naman lahat ay low functioning. Merong mga very high functioning na sobrang talino. They can actually land a professional job someday. So, it's definitely a myth, guys.
And, sorry.
May light bulb moment si Mau doon.
Ayun! That's super myth niyan kasi mas productive pa, brother.
Actually, my brother goes to the gym, I don't.
Morning, 6 a.m. gising na brother ko. Ako, 1 p.m. ako nagigising.
They have routine. No?
Yeah,
So,
meron
routine
silang
sila.
routine. Oo, so, hindi siya totoo talagang hindi sila productive. Like, kami nga, we're not productive compared to them. Tapos, sila hindi productive.
Tapos ayun pa, parang sila, hanap ko rin kilala na matatalino talaga.
Totoo, yung very high functioning. Yeah.
Oo, kaya nakakatawa din yun.
Actually, nung weekend, meron akong napanood sa isang night show. May na-feature yung dalawang twins na were blind athletes. And they are representing Philippines in international competitions talaga. So, that definitely debunks this statement. Talagang they can have their own kumbaga mark on them.
Yeah.
Aside from their disabilities should not represent them at all talaga.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Exactly. Okay, for the next question, Gia.
Yeah. So, yung second question natin is it okay for it's okay for children to ask about people with special disabilities?
It's a fact.
So, syempre, hindi naman may iwasan lalo na yung mga bata na maging curious at magtanong. Pero syempre, if yung question nagiging disrespectful na
Sensitive
or
na siya.
sensitive, pwede naman natin silang sabihan na mali yun. Tsaka syempre, parang start them yun. Parang bata pa lang, sabihan na natin sila yung mga dapat gawin, ano yung hindi dapat gawin. And syempre, nice naman yung approach para naman hindi nila na maisip na ano ba to? Parang nagbabawa naman ako nito. Nagtatanong lang naman ako.
Yeah, it's
Diba?
good to educate them while they're young.
Yeah, while they're young. Kasi naalala ko lang din, parang growing up, may sort of stigma na inanasakan towards people with disabilities. Kasi may tita din ako na may Down syndrome siya. Tapos parang natitreat siya as as someone na different talaga, na parang nasa-set aside na siya, na tita mo may ganito kasi siya, parang samahan mo, ba? Parang they make it known na hindi siya
na-outcast siya.
parang na-outcast siya na in a way. So parang growing up, parang yun yung naging, pag nakakita ako ng mga people with disabilities, parang sa back of my head, yun yung naiisip ko. Pero syempre through social media and through constant education with different people in my life and with my teachers, my friends, and everyone else, I was able, and syempre, di ba, may baby brother ako na may Down syndrome. So, yun, dun actually pinaka naka-help sa akin na mas nag-open yung eyes ko sa pagtingin na mali talaga yung stigma na meron around them, na it shouldn't be normalized na gano'n yung treatment towards them.
So it's important talaga na we should be the one to break that notion, guys.
Okay, so next question we have Mau.
Yes, ang next question naman is people with disabilities always need help.
It's a myth. For me personally, though, yeah, at times, kailangan nila ng help, pero most of the time, kaya nila yung sarili nila, which is nakakatuwa.
They're very independent,
Yeah, very independent sila. Sobrang myth talaga nito. Like, napapatunayan sa experiences natin na hindi siya totoo. Ayun. Kaya ba?
Myth siya. Kasi, yung baby brother ko, mas kailangan ko pa actually ng tulong din kasi sa kanya.
Parang lahat ng comparison. Kinakompare mo talaga ng dalawa.
Oo, kasi parang bigyan mo lang siya ng food, bigyan mo sa kanya iPad niya, okay na siya. Hindi niya na kailangan na kaya niya naman pumunta sa CR. Parang marunong siya pumunta sa kumuha ng food, marunong siyang patulugin sa liling, or kaya niya lahat. Pero yun nga lang, medyo needy talaga siya. Kaya parang doon yung pumapasok kung kailangan ng help. Pero if like on a normal day,
May companion lang hinahanap niya.
oo.
Yeah.
And actually, at times hindi. Kasi
I remember he's super clingy, di ba?
he is with new people and with you guys. Pero with family, kahit iwan mo lang siya sa...
He'll be fine on his own.
He'll be fine on his own. Kahit whole day mo siyang iwan, okay na siya. He'll live.
Okay.
Okay, so yan then, next question ay, all disabilities can be seen.
No.
Obviously. So,
Especially people with autism, di ba? Lalo na yun. Patahimik lang sila, hindi mo mapapansin.
Oo. Ito ngayon sa kapatid ko, since bata pa kami noon, hindi talaga kami aware. Talagang late na lang din nalaman na since hindi siya nagsasalita, tapos meron siyang ibang behavior, hindi tulad ng mga nakagawian sa amin nung bata kami. So, hindi mo talaga malalaman kasi unless i-check up. Lalo na yun nga, yung mga may autism, yung kapatid ko may autism and ADHD. So, invisible disabilities aren't easy to spot and can conclude yun nga mga autism and whatsoever. So, ayun, parang
Hindi siya mahirap siya i-diagnose, lalo na pagbata.
Oo, mahirap siya i-diagnose lalo pagbata. Kasi meron din ako pamangkin na na-diagnose din siya ng autism. And ngayon, nag-ABA siya, nag-speech therapy. Hindi mo talaga malalaman. Yun yung pinaka doon, bottom line. Hindi mo malalaman unless i-check up.
Actually, yung brother ko, nalaman lang nila na there's something wrong with him when I was born. Kasi ako daw, 2 years old pa lang, madaldal na ako. Yung brother ko, hindi pa nagsasalita. Doon na sila nagtaka na, bakit si Sofia nagsasalita na, bakit yung kuya niya hindi pa? So, ayun, they started to, buti na lang my parents are very intentional and they put him in a good organization, teamworks, and nag-OT siya, ABA, private tutoring, lahat talaga. Kaya sobrang nag-improve din siya. Kaya I feel like it's important for the government to implement free therapy, kumbaga. Kasi not everyone can afford that, guys. It doesn't come cheap talaga. So it's important na magkaroon ng mga intervention sa government supporting people with special needs talaga, guys. Kasi it doesn't come cheap. It really doesn't.
Okay, ayun. Some disabilities will become more obvious once you get to know someone, but many will be hidden unless they choose to tell you about it. Okay, so next we have, before we go on with this conversation, Kat, meron ka bang gustong i-share?
Actually, so eto nga. Yesterday kasi, while I was eating, parang may biglang nag-news about smuggled meats na were found in 𝗪𝗶𝗯𝗲, I think. So, ayun, this actually parang second time na this year na in that area na nahuli. So, almost 3 million worth of meat were confiscated sa 𝗪𝗶𝗯𝗲 Industrial Village sa Bulacan. So, ayun nga, pangalawang case na to this year where talagang hindi lang smuggled, kundi expired. So, bad meat talaga. And parang the first initial thought kung bakit ma-raid yung place was that walang business permit. But then, towards the intervention doon, na-found out pa nila na bad meat pa yung mga nandun. So, ayun, warning on buying meats right now since we were just having the issue of swine flu sa mga pigs, ganon. So, ngayon, we have to be extra careful dahil hindi lang pork meat yung nahuli sa area na yon. So, yan.
Ayan. Okay, so now na nandito na tayo sa laws. We'll talk about the laws involving the people with special needs in the country. If it's felt, kayo ba? Meron ba kayong mga ideas sa laws natin?
I know one, yung Republic Act number 11650 or the Instituting a Policy of Inclusion and Services for learners with disabilities in support of Inclusive Education Act. So, itong act na to, distress na ng government, may responsibility sila to promote and safeguard yung rights nating mga sisters and brothers natin na may special needs. So, they demanded na all schools, whether public or private, dapat may fair access sila to quality education para sa lahat ng mga learner with disability. So, dito kasi sa Philippines, merong 13K schools na may program ng special education. Pero, yung SPED centers talaga na focus talaga on specializing how to teach people with special needs. 5.1 million na people na meron tayo sa Philippines na may special needs. So, that's like when you compare it, that's very low sa kung ano yung population ng mga schools na specialized talaga for people with special needs. So, nung DepEd, stinate nila na ang ideal student-teacher ratio is dapat 15 students tapos isang teacher. Pero, 14,000 lang yung SPED teachers natin here sa Philippines. And with that 4,000, I'm sorry. And with that current number of teachers na 4,000, 31 to 1 yung ratio ng current student ratio natin when it comes to teachers teaching people with special needs. And that's double of the ideal, which directly compromises yung quality education na nare-receive nila. So in the end, meron nga tayong mga facilities or programs na that would help them have a better quality or have a quality education, pero nako-compromise siya.
Yeah, exactly. Ayun nga, since yung student ratio na yun, parang syempre ang mga people with special needs, since they are in need of special attention.
Yeah, they are.
So, kailangan tutuka talaga eh.
Lalo na if may ADHD.
Oo, lalo na pag may ADHD. So,
malilikot
kung
sila.
marami yung estudyante, tapos isa ka lang, mahirap din talaga silang tutukan.
Hindi mo
isa-isa.
mamamanage talaga.
So, makikita mo dito sa Philippines, hindi din talaga, kumbaga wala tayong access sa ganong ganong education na bawat children with special needs, matututukan mo, talagang
limited talaga.
kumbaga, wala pa tayo, kumbaga, nandito pa lang tayo, wala pa tayo sa talaga kasi. Wala tayong nakikita pang changes, ayun. Tapos,
And about quality education, di ba na-mention mo kanina na yung brother mo, mismo sa school pa lang, ay na siya ng mga teachers doon. So, that really says a lot.
Sunday school.
Yeah, Sunday school. Na, doon mismong, church yan, right?
In church.
In church, doon
Na-neglect
mismo
talaga.
pa lang. Parang, where's the quality education there?
Pero it's Sunday school lang naman. Pero,
Yeah.
I think that says a lot din. Kasi still, teacher ka pa din. Pero they're really not trained sa mga ganun. Parang Yung iba nga nagugulat pa na may ganong estudyante pumapasok pag Sunday. So yung kapatid ko nakaupo lang sa isang side, di nila alam paano i-handle pag mag-steaming siya, gano'n.
Ay naman yung nakakalungkot din. Nakakalungkot din kasi alam mo yun, dapat hindi sa pero dapat siguro lahat ng teachers trained din sa ganun kasi ayun yung parang one step to inclusivity sa ating mga children with special needs. Kasi if may mga teachers din talaga na uneducated regarding these cases, mahihirapan tayo mag-progress. Mahihirapan tayong parang pakita sa mga children with special needs na included sila, na accepted sila sa society natin.
So while we're talking also about education, I think it's also important for the government to implement vocational courses for people with special needs. Kasi not everyone naman in the spectrum are high functioning. My brother, he's mid. So ano yan, his life will stop after high school na, diba? So hindi naman siya intellectually capable to apply for courses like ours, hindi naman kaya ng utak niya yun. So I think it's important magkaroon ng vocational courses and yung mga nagpa-facilitate talagang nagsa-specialize sa people with special needs. Ganun. So we still don't have that so far.
So
it's very limited.
Yung the pandemic didn't help at all sa progress ng special needs education sa Philippines. Kasi, nung actually may na-encounter kami one time for a research, we interviewed a special needs education teacher and hindi pa siya from the city, so from the province pa. And twice yung challenge na naranasan niya since she had to personally deliver the sheets na kailangan aralin. Personally, kumbaga door by door sa bawat student niya. And it's even harder dahil nga mag-isa lang siya and she has to do all the work pa, kumbaga. So that's her own, kumbaga, niya na yun, sarili niya ng initiative, to personally go. Kasi ang minimum requirement lang by that time is just to deliver the activities. Pero she makes sure na she takes the time to actually sit down and teach pa rin despite the circumstance. So
we need more people like that. Napaka-intentional talaga and dedicated.
Actually, kasi she recognizes there is no one approach to children with special needs. So alam niyang iba-iba yung required per one kid. So ayun yung naging approach niya during the pandemic. And ayun nga, she really wants to advocate for more, hindi lang people like her, but alam mo yun, she initially hindi din naman siya Bachelor of Secondary Education in Special Needs Education kasi may ganong course talaga for teachers actually. But ayun nga, she wants lang na those who take such course ay i-push through nila till the end talaga. Kasi sometimes hindi rin talaga pinapursue yung course na yan kahit ayun yung kinuha ng mga
sobrang saludo talaga sa ganun.
So we really need to have more people like that na
definitely
who wants to dedicate themselves to the cause.
Tsaka yung narinig ko rin, parang doon ko na-realize na kung sa
The views and comments